After analyzing the Miraflores boardwalk multiple times, one of the aspects that caught my attention the most was the contrast between the city, including back streets, buildings, and road, and the natural landscape, including the ocean view, cliffs, and parks. People are usually pulled by this beautiful view to go walk, bike, or run and see it as a breath from the high-paced city. There are multiple ways to improve the experience of users, such as implementing lights for nighttime, safety considerations, pedestrian organization, or storing. But as I was pulled by the contrast between the artificial and natural aspects of the area, I wanted to build something that would connect people to nature and the parks or isolate them from the city. At first instance, I thought I would implement a separation between the road and pedestrian paths, as when people bike or walk, cars, trucks, and motorcycles swoosh next to them. Therefore, this would ideally help people be more focused on the natural atmosphere and both protect them from cars. This would have to include entrance points for users coming from the city to pass through, but most importantly, be able to maintain the poetic nature of the landscape. I then played with different shapes and explored with different materials, which would be combined into making the separation. These explorations show alternatives of how to influence the atmosphere and evoke a natural and fluid feel. As mentioned before, the separation would be in between the bike path and the road. I made a small model showing how the separator would be placed in context, and even though it is made out of wire, the organic shapes and textures contributes to the natural environment I wanted to make. Finally, I thought there would be multiple ways to use these organic and cliff-like shapes and textures not only to separate people from the city, but also in the purpose of further connecting them with nature. One alternative would be constructed pathways through the cliff, where people could walk, lounge, and sit along. The sinuous shapes and textures would incorporate into the natural landscape, whilst being fun and relaxing for the users. Railings for safety, for example, could also be implemented in a more fun and natural way, combining with the natural landscape, and the pathway could include playful aspects or seating areas.